Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and beyond, and welcome to Professor Effort's Test Kitchen, where tonight we are going to be unraveling the mysteries of school pizza. Yes, I found the forbidden texts deep within a temple on a distant planet. They had to hide it there for legal purposes. But I found it, so tonight we are going to be making the fabled pizza of the school variety. And I don't mean like the, post-2000s pizza where they actually tried to make it shaped like a pizza. I mean like the sheet pizza, like the rectangular pizza. The one that Pizza Day was all about before Pizza Day became every day in junior high. That was pretty cool for a little while, although it lost its luster. But anyway, tonight we are going to be making the actual recipe. This is a recipe that is from, let's see here. What is your name? Alright, this is a recipe that was brought to us by Annette Leverich Heidenreich. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's the original author of this recipe. It originally serves 8. As much as I would love to serve 8, there's not 8 around here, so I am going to be adapting it for a single lonely bastard, and I'm going to make a serving for 2, which I will eat both of. So, yes, adapted by Professor Effort. Alrighty, so let's see here. What should we start with? I guess the sauce is going to take the longest to do, so let's go ahead and get started on that. Everything else is pretty much just smashing stuff together. So let's see. I tried pre-making the sauce a couple hours before I started the stream, and then I learned that you can actually over-simmer tomato sauce and it becomes gross. So do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. So let's go ahead and get out our ingredients. First and foremost is going to be the tomato paste. That's what this is called. Yes. Contadina paste with Italian herbes. Yes, we're going to be using some of this. So this stuff is like deceptively thick. Like they give you a little can like this, and you're like, what? This is gonna make maybe one bit of spaghetti? No, this is like a week's supply of tomato sauce right here. This stuff is dense. So let's see here. I'm gonna get my trusty science cup and zero out our scale. And you know what? Tonight we're going to do things a little differently. Go ahead and angle stuff down for when stuff's going on down here. So we're going to zero this out for go. Alright. So we're going to need, let's see here. How much are we going to need? Okay, get out of here. Computer stuff. Okay, so we need about 1.5 ounces of this tomato paste. So let's see just how much that is. Alright, so that's almost a 1/2 ounce right there. 3, and here we're going to add just a little bit more, just because I think the original recipe might have been a little bit thin according to the author's notes. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put the tomato paste back where it goes in the fridge. Alrighty doody. Okay, so next up, we are going to add the, it's 1.6, so we just add it to the pot here. Add it to the pot. Let's just go ahead and keep this down for now. Why not? There we go. Alright, here we go. Alright, so let's scrape this on out into the pot. Alright, it doesn't look like much right now, but it's going to turf out so much once we add the rest of the stuff. Alright, so next up we have water, 3/8 cup. That was an exact measurement, so I think I'm just going to use half cup because, I mean, come on, 3/8 of a cup. Nobody has that measuring cup. Nobody needs that measuring cup. it's done. It's close enough to a half cup. So half cup it is. Half cup of the essence of life right there. Delicious agua. Alrighty. So let's see here. Alright, so we got the water. That was easy. Now, extra virgin olive oil, 1 1/3 tablespoons. Again, 1/3 tablespoon. Who does that? No one does that. So for ours, we're just going to do 1 teaspoon and change of EVOO. That's how we do things in the kitchen. I don't know. They're doing their thing over there. Alrighty, so next up, let's see. Let's get the oil out of this measuring cup. Get it dried off later. Alright, so we're going to let's see. Let's see what's next. Okay, so extra virgin olive oil. And then we've got the garlic. Yes, garlic. That is one of my favorite things ever, is garlic. All right, so 2 fresh cloves of garlic. Yeah. Oh, I never know what to make of these little teeny ones. Like, is it a full clove? I don't know. I'm gonna use these 2 right here. All right. Just one. Hiya. Oh man, just the unbridled optimism and like, how did grunge exist in the '90s and like the '90s exist in the '90s? It's like everybody was so sad, but at the same time, it was like we got the best albums, so we got to be really happy about being sad. If you're sad, there's a lot of relatable music out there. So much music about loving and losing. There's not many good songs about good relationships. Because a good relationship doesn't fit into pentameter. There's a lot of conversation involved. Music is all about extolling ideals, I think. Let's see. Gosh. There has to be an easier way to do this. If anybody knows, please tell me. But because I feel like a caveman, just going layer by layer on this garlic here. At the same time, it is kind of meditative. I find all cooking to be meditative. Where once there was nothing, there is school pizza recipes. Alrighty. Now then, if you don't have one of these in your kitchen, definitely get one. Because they make garlic so much easier. I used to have to chop this stuff up by hand. Now watch. All I have to do is this. Squeeze. Chop. Tap. Chop again, tap again, chop again, tap again, chop again, and you're done. Or, wait, no, then grab one more tap. Reload. And skadoosh. There we are, that's what's up. Go. Alright, let's. Oof, man, that's. The one thing about this crusher, though, is that it can sometimes leave rings of concentrated garlic around, and that's. You don't want to be having that in your sauce. You want a nice, even keel. Alright, there we go. Alright, so after the garlic, we add salt. 1/4 tablespoon, which works out to a half teaspoon, I believe. There's 14 hogsheads in a mile, but there's 20. No, I don't know. All right. Half teaspoon. we're just going to call it a half teaspoon. That's what I used last time, and it worked pretty well. So, yeah. Around there. Alrighty. Next up, we have pepper, of course. Let's see. That is a 1/4 teaspoon. I think there's actually a measurement for that. Yep, there it is. Alright, so as much as I would love to fresh crack the pepper, let's face it, I'm trying to mimic the government issue supply that the lunch ladies had to work with back in the day. So they were not crushing their own pepper. They got it from, like a 50-gallon drum, and so I'm trying to stay true to that. As much as possible. Oh, effing balls. All right, okay. Well, we'll call that measured. Alrighty. Let's see. All right, so we got the pepper. Okay, and next up we have the herbal parts, the oregano, the basil, and the rosemary. Those things are really great for aroma. All 3 of those. Nothing for taste, nothing for texture, but the aroma is just fantastic. So up first we have the oregano. There we go. And we are going to need an 1/8 teaspoon of that. So let's just eyeball a half teaspoon here. Actually, you know what? Go hard, go home. I'm going to add a little bit of change there. There we go. There. Basil. There. Ooh. Even for dry stuff, this does smell very good. Especially when you open the whole bottle up, I guess. And then the rosemary, it's really hard to measure out, so I'm just going to crumble a little bit of these Christmas tree remnants in there for taste, and that should be good. Alright, so let's see. Are we missing anything here? Okay, we are not, so we're going to go ahead and get this stuff going around. And we're going to kind of even out paste here because we were not really working with much, so it's going to be really easy to burn this. So we got to make sure it's spread out evenly. There we are. Okay. There we are. Okay, now we're just going to go ahead and put this on low-medium heat over here on the stove, out of frame. Out of frame, out of mind, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put it on 3 because this next part will probably take just a little bit. So the next part is probably going to be my favorite. We're going to be working on the crust. Now this is, there we go, there. Better angle on the cutting board there. Yeah, still dumb, still bad. There we go. Come on. Yes. Streaming is fun, you should try it sometime. There we go. Okay, so next up we got the bread. Yes, the crust, the almighty crust. Okay, so, all right, so okay, first I guess we should just get out the ingredients, because I have no idea what I'm doing yet. I've never made bread before, so this is going to be a first. First up, flour. All right. Alrighty. Again, nothing fancy, just regular flour, just standard crab flour. Alright, next up, I need some powdered milk. Again, I just looked for the most government issue stuff I could find. No branding, no fun cartoon character, just dry milk. Dry. Alright. So next up we got, let's see, sugar. Alright.